Alright, let's get into this. I might zoom out a little bit. So we're going to do bag number 2 of the set here, which is 60301. Here's all the pieces. Just like that. Okay, so I haven't been to the Lego store to get these. I may do that probably on Tuesday, which is 2 days from today. But I think I'd like to get those if I still can. Anyway, the point is that in the last video I mentioned that the Pick-a-Brick thing wall had these things which have fallen apart over here. So it would be a good idea to get this. So anyway, we're going to the next page, though I really have got too much stuff, far too much stuff of everything. We're going to get this, we're going to put his head on, and they've got their State Trooper sunglasses and their hat, which is not a State Trooper hat, it's it might be, but I was going to think of something funny. It's a person holding a sausage hat. There we go. They're just holding it in their hand, and it looks very odd to hold a giant sausage like that. Next, oh gosh, where did that piece go? Oh, you've got to be kidding! It's right. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I'm just gonna forget this page. Just ignore it. Just pretend. I can't believe they're starting with the wheels. That's a good thing. Like, how many times have I made comments on this channel about the fact that it's always mean when they sit there and they have most of everything done and the wheels are just ready to go on, but they always save it to the end. But this time they're like, no, 4-year-olds don't have the patience. I mean, adults don't have the patience, because I always just do it sometimes, but children certainly do not. So we've made these up. That was the entire step. And now we're just going to slot them in, just like that. And it's done. So that's the car. It's all done. That was the entire step. The entire part of this entire thing. So if I can say the word entire one more time, it would be nice. That one can go there. And we got 2 chains. My goodness, they're really wanting me to do that consecutivity sculpture thing finally. Well, this is actually quite good. I think I will get around to doing it now that I've got these 2 chains. Just got to find another one. I'll put these somewhere safe so that when the next chain turns up, I'll have my 3 chains and I'll be able to go. But they have to be different sizes, don't they? Oh, I'll never get around to doing it. So this... and that's not a very good attitude. I will get around to doing it. I forgot to put the most important part on the front there, because I haven't found it yet. It's here. They have a lot of these at the Pick-a-Brick shop, but I'm not too sure what color they were. I think they were white. And then we need the 2 of these. They go there. This is just not going to look like a very good car. Like, it's just not. It's not working out. That's what I think. This base is too big. It's just comically ridiculously large. But we'll see. We'll see. We haven't quite got there yet. This looks like, I mean, it kind of feels it's more like, you know, like a stretched Humvee type deal. Like, it's some, you know, people, you're going to get a whole bunch of, you know, 18 to 21-year-olds driving around, getting ready to go to a ball or something, or a prom, in this vehicle than anything else. It just seems like, look, he's just so much smaller than the actual vehicle. But they're going to fill up the space with something, so we'll get there. And now we've got to slot these things there. So today was a pretty okay day. I think I've had this problem with my back, and I think it may not actually be my back. It might be something to do with my digestion, and it might be something to do with the food that I've eaten. My body just doesn't like it. There are some things my body does not like, and apparently I may be eating one of those things. And so It's much better today, but it still hurts a little bit, and I can't quite believe that it's entirely caused by something I ate. It's a strange back problem, a very strange back problem. I am not used to back problems. I don't get back problems, so this whole thing is really, really getting on my nerves. And so the sooner it's over with, and the sooner it goes back to normal. Well, there's a black one. Where's the yellow one? Don't tell me the yellow one from the previous bag is the one that I have to use, because I don't see any other yellow ones here. Right, let's put the chains. I took everything out of the bag, right? I did take. That's the kind of sneaky thing you'd think you'd find in the bottom of the bag, but it's not. So we're going to move this out of the way. It doesn't have any relevance anymore. And then hopefully I can find the yellow one from yesterday. But that can't be the case. Well, there's no, you'd think, where's the spare yellow one from yesterday? I'll go for a little dog. It's got to be, have I lost it? Gosh, all that talk about it being such a precious piece. A precious wee little piece, and I've lost it. There isn't a spare. There isn't a spare for the black one either. That is super mean. What is going on here? I don't understand how we got to this point. We're just going to have to use a grey one, because I don't know where I put the other yellow one from yesterday. I just wasn't paying attention. Maybe I put it on. The smart thing would have been to put it in there, but I didn't do that. I thought I hadn't actually touched this desk much. Okay, just a few more seconds, and I give up. I have no idea where it went. So we are going to have to go old school style and use a grey one, because but I don't understand that. So why would they give you 2 yellow ones, but they were in the first bag, and then you need to use the second yellow one on the next bag, but it's not given in that bag, it's given. This is definitely complicated. So let's just get this thing, and that can just go like that, and then the black bit goes there. I was going to say we don't have a little rope for this, that doesn't belong here, but that's not what we're using. We're using chains. And you can't even see, or you can, I guess you can see the yellow one. Oh, this is just such a strange situation to be in. It's not what I expected today to end up like, but it never is. So that goes there. But yeah, so I've had back problems. I don't know, it always feels like sometimes you do think things. Like I have to be careful. If I ever think to myself, well, I'm in pretty good shape today, not anything to worry about, then not too long in the future, then something will happen. I'm going to make sure this is in the right place. And that usually seems to be how it turns out. Because I didn't, like not that long ago, like, you know, gosh. I was going to tidy this desk up. Don't worry, I was thinking about it. There's some definite thoughts going on about tidying this desk up. Oh, come on. Come on. What a terrible video if you can't even keep the basic. There it is, for goodness sakes. It was on the piece of paper the whole time. This piece here has to go. I feel like that should have gone in before I put this in, because this kind of gets in the way. Anyway, yeah, every time I think about these things, suddenly, what a very odd way of doing this. Why can't they just have had 2 black pieces, and then they wouldn't be hanging like so precariously on their side? Like, you know, because there's a gap there. There's a gap there. And then if I put this on, like the instructions say, there's a gap underneath it. And that just seems like, wow, you could have just had 1 extra black piece, and then you'd have a completely happy situation. No qualms to say about it, or whatever. I've gotten strangely enthusiastic about learning excuse me, doing this stuff on the Duolingo app, learning German, and wanting to do other languages. So I've done quite a few. Like I did way more than I usually do today, which is good, I guess. But I kind of like, obviously you do have to put a lot of more effort into it than just doing it on an app. And it's a long process. I don't have enough water with me, and I'm gonna cough a bit. But I think it's a good way to start. My impression so far is it's a good way to start learning a language. If you're a little bit nervous about saying things and listening to things, and you're not very good at understanding people talk, because you can do it at a much slower pace without other people around. And then once you get more confident, I feel, then for me personally, I'll feel better, like, you know, doing stuff around other people, taking classes and talking with people who speak German or speaking whatever language and that kind of thing. So I think it's good so far. So far, I find this to be a positive experience. But as I keep looking up, you know, people on the internet, are these apps any good at actually teaching you to learn, or should you do it the old school style? And I feel that they have their place. So here's my chain. So I don't get why there are two chains. If they're going to, because it's late and I shouldn't be. Oh look, there's the yellow one. Oh gosh, is that like a new yellow one, or is that the older yellow one from yesterday? I don't know. Well, if there were, oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. We'll put the chain thing on. So I think this is the first time I've ever had this piece though, because it's got that. It doesn't turn very easily, which is not surprising because it's got a black friction pin there, so it wouldn't turn very easily. Though you kind of feel like maybe it would turn very easily. If they'd done a decent thing and given you a spare of that pin, then you could have an actual spare, not a pretend spare. Then you could have put them both in there and had it spin easier. And it might have been worse. Obviously someone has tried that when they were designing this. So it's going there. And we just have to fold this up like so. That works out actually well. And then you can hook it onto the back. So that's quite neat. That works out well. And then we have to get a brush, which is an odd thing to have. It just goes in the box. And a bone and a drink bottle. Because that's how you rescue animals, right? You give them a brush and then they're fine. After you've like lassoed them with a chain, you can brush their hair and I assume that's shampoo. Make them look good, and they'll be happy for the rest of the day. And that was actually the entire thing. So we might just finish that because I should go to sleep. There's a little dog. What's the last step? What is the last step? So that was yesterday's. That's number one. Can I guess just by looking at the picture? Well, I think we can. It's the boat. That's all we have to do is the boat. And maybe the fish thing. So let's just do that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. So it doesn't look so bad actually before I finish. It doesn't look so bad now that it's got stuff in the back. But it certainly looked like it was too spacious beforehand. Why do they have a bone? Is that to feed them? Is that like what you're going to feed the lions? Or is it like you're going to taunt them and say, this is what we're going to do to you if you don't listen to us and be rescued by us because we're rescue people. Thanks for watching. Bye.